working at the highest levels of governance has really been a great opportunity for me to bring some of that experience to bear in the public sector. This was a brand new ministry. It was created by President Goodluck Jonathan. And it was created with the realization then, when this administration was being established, that the ICT sector really has a very important role to play in the development of this country. It is really a central pillar to President Jonathan's administration agenda. First of all, we've introduced 3 new major policies which we believe will change the face of the ICT sector. The first policy was the ICT policy. So we always had IT policies, we had the telecoms policy, but because the industry has converged, you can't really separate technology from communications, we actually came up with the first ever ICT policy that really sets the agenda for government when it comes to the ICT sector. The second policy that we rolled out in this administration was a broadband policy. And that was because Nigerians are agitated for fast internet. We need to have this connectivity. We need to be connected to the rest of the world. And the connectivity we have in this country really is not at par with developed economies, or it's not at par with even what we desire. And while it is true that the telcos, the ICT infrastructure providers were building out this infrastructure, they were doing it really on their own terms and at their own pace. What we did was to actually bring the whole industry together to say, look, this is what we need to do in terms of broadband. And we actually had, it's not really just a policy, it's a plan as well, a roadmap. And it says very clearly what we want to do. We have a target or a goal, a policy goal of getting broadband, increasing our broadband penetration, our fast internet penetration from 6% to 30%. And with that 30%, it means that 80-something million Nigerians will have access to fast internet. The third policy that we looked at, that we actually launched in this time, was a local content policy. And that's the one that is really all-encompassing. Local content meaning that we see a sector that is very lucrative, many opportunities in the sector, both for young people, for big companies, for small companies, for entrepreneurs. And really, we just saw that we weren't getting enough Nigerian companies and Nigerians participating in this industry. So that local content policy is all about getting more Nigerians to participate in this sector, creating more jobs in this sector. And that gave rise to the kind of the technology incubators that we have established with the private sector to support technology entrepreneurs, to support software development. It also looks into how we can increase the skills, the number of Nigerians that have the requisite skills to participate in this sector, both the low-end skills and the high-end skills. It's also looking at, very importantly, the role of multinationals, because we see the global ICT industry is one that it's global. It's not a local industry. The supply chain is global, the skills are global, and we also have defined the role that we want the multinationals to play, not a transactional role, but a partnership role. And I'm happy to say that we're seeing that happen. I would say President Jonathan is and sincerely, he's a president that is very much consensus driven. He's very fair in the way that he approaches decisions. He's actually very funny as well. So at council meetings, sometimes when it gets to when ministers are getting very agitated and the arguments get too hot, sometimes what he does is that he cracks a joke and everybody just relaxes. So that's actually a very nice part of him. Obviously, as a president, you don't get to see him, every day or every other day. But the times that you get to see him, he's always very engaging. He asks you the right questions. He's extremely insightful, because I can imagine a president that has, 36 sectors to preside over. He can't know everything about every single sector, but he tends to ask the right questions.